we are joined now by Houston Dynamo FC head coach Paulo Nagamura. Paulo, thanks for taking a couple of minutes here. Um, just starting off, I guess, give me your overall thoughts on the game tonight and how the team played.
Yeah, difficult game considering everything that happened throughout the 90 plus minutes. I think we play a very good team, Portland, that we knew that was going to bring a different challenge. Considering what happened in the game with the red card uh, and how the game ended up for the last 15 years, I think we could say that we're happy with the point, but definitely create enough chances in the first half to go ahead in the game and to win the game. Unfortunately, we couldn't finish those, but again, pleased with the we adding points. We pleased with the fight of the group playing a man down. So just gotta turn the page and go for the next one.
Guys, and sorry, if you guys have questions for Paulo, go ahead and click the raise your hand button, and I'll get you in. One more from me, Paulo. You talked about seeing the game out there, and I think I've asked you this a couple of games previously as well. But I think I saw a stat from Opta tonight that after the red card, they had something like 80% of possession in the last 15 minutes of the game. Um, I guess how much pride does that give you, though, in your team that identity is starting to build in terms of seeing out these close games week after week after week and starting to build that consistency in doing that?
Yeah, credit to our players. I think they're committed. Uh, they're committed. They understand that we want to win every game at home, but it's gonna have different situations and different scenarios, and they understand that at that time we need to make sure that we keep the clean sheet because they're playing a man down, and I think they really did a good job with that.
Thanks for that. I see a question from Victor Ariza from the striker. Go ahead, Victor.
Hey, Paulo, how do you evaluate teenagers' yellow cards? Do you think it's him still adapting to the league, or were they just reckless fouls?
Look, I have my perspective. For me, neither of those fouls are yellow cards, but I'm not here to say anything about the referee. I think we must respect their calls, and if they made wrong calls, it's about the pro to talk to them and do what they think it's right. But from my perspective, I don't think any of those calls were calls for a yellow card, especially the second one, right in front of us.
Imagine, even notwithstanding, you have to be proud of the defensive effort to keep a team like Portland down to 0 goals.
Yeah, look, we knew Portland. Portland is a good team. They made to the MLS Cup final last year. They kept most of their players. They have a strong group, and to be honest, we gave it to them in the beginning of the half. We could be ahead with 15, 20 minutes with two chances, clear chances. Um, but again, it's like when you play against a good team, it's always ups and downs during the game, and I think we play head to head with them, and again, I wanted to say that I'm pleased with the point considering that we were playing 10 men for 20 minutes in the second half.
Um, Obviously, the team had a couple chances. One of those from Pereira off a header, but just what do you make of his struggle still getting some service, clear service, and just and getting the ball to him?
Yeah, I mean, I think the ball is getting to him. I think we as a team we need to make sure that we do a better job in terms of securing possession in high spots. Make sure that we connecting passes. We not give turning the ball over because we knew that heading to this game, we knew that if we turn the ball over, they were good in transition. So again, I think it's a collective effort that we need to fix it, and that's one thing that we need to work on going forward.
How does the focus shift now? Obviously, you have RGV on Tuesday, and then the Texas Derby next week. Just what's the focus now of the team?
The focus is the RGV game, right? Well, Open Cup on Tuesday. Make sure that we assess the team, assess the squad, we'll put a very competitive team to make sure that we'll, we'll, we'll get the win on Tuesday.
Just last one, just piggybacking on the game here. Is there a bit of I don't know if disappointment is the best word, but just leaving the point on the table and not being able to capitalize and maybe take the top spot in the Western Conference?
Yeah, look, it's a step by step. It's a process. I don't necessarily see that we lost a chance to be on top of the West. I just think that what we created in the beginning of the game, we could be ahead and we could manage the game from there. We kept Portland in the game, and again, considering that we had a man down for the last 15, 20 minutes, a tie is not a bad result because they're a good team. But again, a little bit bittersweet, but we'll take this point today considering all the factors.
Thanks, Paulo.
Thank you, Victor.
Okay, we'll go over to Jesus Acevedo from the Bayou City. Go ahead, Jesus.
Hey, Coach. Steve Clark, he made some tremendous saves against a talented team like Portland. How important does the experience help, not just the defense in a tough game like this and how it played out, but the entire team?
Sorry, could you repeat your question? I didn't understand what you said.
Yeah, Steve Clark had some good saves. How important does his experience help the defense, but also the entire team, especially how the game played out?
Very, very important. I think we say numerous times how his experience and being a leader from the back line there will definitely help our young players. And Steve was on point today, made the saves that he had to make, and again he was good and helped us keep the clean sheet.
Seca played the most minutes in a game so far this season. How do you assess his performance today, and what do you feel that he added to the game when he entered it?
Yeah, look, Zeka got his minutes. I think it's a building block for him. I think he has a lot of room for improvement. I think he can give a lot more than what I think we saw today. But again, it's a process. It's an adaptation to what we want to play, how we want to play, and who we want to be as a team. So we just it's the competition is there, like right. We always said there's competition in all positions, and one guy's gonna be pushing the other, and for the benefit of the team.
Adam Lundqvist, he didn't quite move up the pitch as much and join the attack as much in this game as in other games. Was that part of the game? Was that part of the game plan, or was that just sort of how Portland was playing?
No, I mean, look, it's a combination of things. I think I saw Adam come a couple of times, but we needed to be very well balanced in the back because they're a good counterattack team. So maybe he wasn't as much times that he was in previous game, but I think Adam did a solid job there in terms of being connected and make sure that Portland would not break us on the counter.
Last question for me. You have the U.S. Open Cup. Can you just speak about what it means to have the tournament back once again?
Yeah, look, another opportunity, another competition. I love the competition. So we're gonna field a competitive team against RGV. We're gonna make sure that every time we step on the field, we play the game to win.
Thanks, Coach.
We'll go over to Garrett Heinert from HoustonDynamo.com. Go ahead, Garrett.
Hey, Paulo. You right now going on the Houston Dynamo 2 game happening. You got Michael Nelson getting some minutes in there. How important is that for him? And then how important is the Dynamo 2 kind of connection with this team?
Yeah, very, very important. Very important to give guys minutes, to make sure that they have great game rhythm, and also the connections between our young players with the first team, and make sure that we keep developing those guys. So huge to have the Dynamo 2 in our environment, in our club.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go ahead and switch over to questions in Spanish. Vamos a cambiar a preguntas en español. Si tiene una pregunta, pone el botón levante la mano. Iniciamos con Leopoldo Mata. Adelante, Leopoldo.
Mi apreciado profesor, ¿me escucha bien, profe?
Sí.
Profe, para mí el mejor jugador fue el portero de ellos. Si esto es cierto, ¿habría un sentido de satisfacción en usted?
No siento satisfacción por la performance un jugador del equipo de Portland. Yo creo que siento que nosotros tuvimos oportunidades de marcar y sí, lo portero lo hizo buenas atajadas, pero mucho más feliz con el desempeño de mis jugadores que lo propio del otro equipo.
Profe, noté que el número 11 de ellos pidió el cambio. No sé si era fatiga o por el golpe le estuvo molestando, pero en el caso de usted, ¿hubo algún jugador que le pidió el cambio porque sentía la fatiga?
No, ni uno.
Okay. La temperatura no fue un factor en alguno de sus jugadores.
Fue un factor para los dos equipos.
Pero para el suyo no. Muy bien. Perdón, sí, para el suyo también.
Para los dos equipos.
Muy bien. La filosofía de usted en cuanto a cuando un jugador tiene ya una tarjeta amarilla, ¿existe o simplemente le da la libertad al jugador para que él use su criterio a la hora que tenga que desarrollar sus funciones?
La única cosa que cambia es que si toma la otra tarjeta le sacan la roja.
Gracias, profe.
Continuamos con Ubaldo Martínez. Adelante, Ubaldo.
Saludos, Paulo. ¿Qué conclusiones y qué rescata de este partido frente a Portland? Por momentos parejos, pero ningún equipo pues termina por anotar gol, ¿no?
Sí, un juego parejo, un juego donde creamos oportunidad al inicio, bajamos un poquito la intensidad al final del primer tiempo, lo que lo hizo el primer tiempo un poco más parejo. Al segundo tiempo regresamos bien, movimiento en la pelota. Y ahí al final, claro, jugando con 10, un día que el clima se calentó y los dos equipos creo que sintieron un poco del clima. Pero un juego muy parejo, un juego que podrías decir que desapuntado de no sacar los tres, principalmente por las chances que tuvimos en el primer tiempo, pero feliz con la entrega del equipo, especialmente a los últimos 20 minutos donde jugamos con 10 jugadores.
Hablando del tema de 10 jugadores, se va expulsado Teenage por doble de cartón amarillo. Desde su punto de vista, sin entrar mucho en el tema arbitral, ¿considera que fue justa la expulsión?
Mira, yo tengo mi perspectiva, respeto mucho la decisión del árbitro, pero no creo, pero respeto su decisión y seguimos el juego.
A final de cuentas se llevan un punto. Hábleme de la inyección anímica que le da esto al grupo, de que se mantienen entre los primeros 5 ahorita dentro de la conferencia oeste.
Sí, no, mira, siempre es bueno adicionar punto. Lo que dije a los jugadores es que como se presentó el partido al final, creo que podemos salir de cabeza erguida, salir feliz con la entrega que tuvo el equipo principalmente en los últimos 20 minutos. Siempre queremos estar victoriosos en casa, pero la verdad es que jugamos contra un equipo calificado y por 20 minutos con un hombre menos. Entonces salimos de cabeza arriba y a trabajar para el próximo.
Ya por último, Paulo, corta semana de trabajo, el martes tienen partido en la Copa US Open, ¿no? ¿Qué ajustes va a hacer? Me imagino que tal vez algunos jugadores no van a jugar en el torneo. ¿Qué me puede decir de cara a lo que se avecina para el Dynamo?
Sí, no, mira, tenemos que esperar y accesar y poder tener un buen entendimiento de dónde están los jugadores físicamente y también es una oportunidad para los jugadores que no están jugando de tener minutos con el primer equipo. Entonces vamos a esperar, analizar bien al equipo, ver qué trae RGV y preparar bien los jugadores.
Gracias, Paulo.
Gracias.